We are currently going into the second week of Lent. And in this second week of Lent, if you look in the Revised Common Lectionary, we're looking at passages that have to do with letting go in order to have what God has for you. So we have to let go of some things. For Abram, if you go to Genesis chapter 12, you look at verses 1 through 4, he's asked to let go of his culture, what he knows, the people he knows, the familiarity of his land and his community and his generations of understanding, especially culturally. And he's going to be sent out somewhere. He's not told where. He's not told where right away, but he's told, you're going to go and I'm going to send you to a place I have for you. And when you're faithful to all that, many people will be blessed. And Abram does. He lets go. And so now he let go of what he knows so that he can have what God has for him, not just for him specifically, but so that he can be a blessing to the world. And then when we look in John chapter 3, verses 1 through 6, and Jesus is talking with Nicodemus. Nicodemus has come at night. He's a Pharisee. He's a part of literally what would have been their Supreme Court. And he comes to Jesus at night, and he wants to talk about who Jesus is. And Jesus says, look, you're going to have to let go of your understanding of what it means to be a part of God's kingdom. Because I'm not going to give you the whole lowdown on it. We're not going to exegete the whole passage here. I want to keep this quick. But I want to let you know that what he says, Jesus says, unless you're born again, unless you're born from above, unless the Spirit of God gives you new birth, not a fresh start, but a literal rebirth in your spirit, like a new spirit, a new heart, all that, and so that you completely think differently and you see differently. And unless that happens, you can't see the kingdom. And what he's saying in that is you can't comprehend it. He's not saying unless you're born again, you can't go to heaven when you die. That is not what he's saying. He's saying, you think you know something, Nicodemus, but I'm telling you, until you're born again, you will just keep thinking I'm just a teacher because you can't see what God is doing in his kingdom until you're born again. And then he goes on and he reiterates, but this time he says, unless you're born again, you can't enter the kingdom of heaven. So why does he say that? Well, it means the same thing. You can't be a part. You can't participate because you can't see it. If you can't see it, you can't do it. You can't be a part of it. And so he's saying until you're born again, until your spirit is born from above, reborn, not refreshed, but reborn, you're not going to be able to see or be a part of or participate in, aka enter the kingdom of God. So that's where we're headed into this second week of Lent, this place where we need to be able to let go of what we know so that we can take hold of what God has for us. Have a great rest of the week. God bless you.